Uros, you are, amongst many other things, you are the coordinator of IDF Europe's youth program, the EURA program. Can you tell us a little bit about that, about the youth leadership that IDF Europe was doing, and of course about the situation in Serbia, what's happening in Belgrade and across the country today?
Yes, thank you, Bastian. It's a pleasure to be here today with all these great speakers, to be among them. First of all, I am the coordinator of the steering committee of EURA, which is IDF Europe's youth initiative. It was envisaged almost 4 years ago now, the aim of the initiative is to transform and develop on the potential that the diabetes advocates from Europe reach while they are participating in the IDF Europe leadership camp, which was going on from almost a decade before COVID struck. So we realized that once they are at the camp, those young people aged 18 to 30, actually unlock a lot of potential to become diabetes advocates and to really make a change in their diabetes communities. And we wanted to further develop on that after the camp was finished. As I said, the camp was going on every year in the summer before COVID struck, but even last year and this year as well, we've been focusing, and we realized that we don't want to lose that momentum. So we organized the Youth Leadership Lab last year and this year, and it is the Youth Leadership Lab this year is just coming to an end in the next few days. We have a member of the Youth Leadership Lab here with us, so maybe she could share a few of her impressions. But that is the essential goal. So to empower young people living with diabetes to be advocates in their diabetes communities. And that is one of the ways we support IDF Europe in reaching their goals as youth. And when it comes to the World Diabetes Day in Serbia, it's a very hectic day. Unfortunately, I'm not outside. I'm here with you guys, but I would really like to share what has been going on. We have always been very active on World Diabetes Day and in November in general. So as previous years, we are trying to raise awareness on diabetes. We are participating as well in the Blue Monuments Challenge. So monuments in Belgrade, but also in several other cities in Serbia are lit up in blue and will be lit up in blue this evening, perhaps most notably the National Assembly of Serbia and the biggest bridge in Belgrade, so some of the key monuments in Serbia. Also, we have various national news TV broadcasters who wear the blue pin as well on news today, yesterday, tomorrow. So that is also a way that we want to raise awareness. But we have two events, one event and one campaign, I must say, that we are focusing on this year. One of them is the Blue Circle Around Ada Lake Marathon. So that is the annual marathon that is organized by the Belgrade Association, that is part of the Diabetes Association of Serbia. And it is actually the second largest marathon in Serbia. And today it's hosting its 10th the 10th annual marathon. So the goal of the marathon is obviously to raise diabetes awareness and to obviously raise awareness on the importance of physical activity in diabetes prevention and treatment. And as far as I know, we have around 750 runners, around 200 for the marathon race and 500 for the support race that is going on at the same place, which is for around 8 kilometers around the lake. And on the other hand, we have a big campaign, a national campaign, which is not the first that we're doing, but perhaps the biggest one in the last few years. So we have a national campaign which is called 770,000, which is the number of people living with diabetes in Serbia by the latest official calculations. And we want to raise awareness, and obviously in line with IDF's theme of this World Diabetes Day, the access to care. So I must say that in terms of equality to access to care, we are doing quite well in Serbia. We have the national healthcare system, and essentially the equality is pretty much there. But what we are lacking is the quality of that care, and that is what we want to improve on. I must say that we have been that there have been some improvements in the past year. For instance, for the first time, we have been receiving CGMs that we didn't have access to before. But again, we're starting small because not a lot of people can actually get those CGMs because of the strict criteria. So that is what we want to improve on. So the access to those innovative therapies and modern therapies to a larger number of diabetes patients. Also, we want to focus on the access to oral therapy, to innovative oral therapy for type 2 diabetes, which is one of our most important goals. And finally, as a way to promote this campaign, in collaboration with our partners, we have face masks, because it's COVID, we have face masks with the logo of the campaign on the mask, and those masks can be bought in bigger pharmacies in Serbia. They cost the same amount of money as regular face masks, but the proceedings, the part of the price paid for those masks will go into a fund which will fund the National Diabetes Camp for children and their parents, hopefully to be organized next year by our association. So that is what we have been working on today and in the past few weeks in Serbia.
Uros, thank you very much for joining us here at Docday.